All right. The shenanigans have begun well off screen.
Oh, goodness.
And we'll probably continue again well off screen.
We had way too much time before we started is the problem.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Well, yeah, I think we're live. That says yes. That says yes.
Boom.
That says yes. And there's that again. You can edit this, right? At least, if there's any small consolation, we're playing to an empty room, so...
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Welcome to 2015.
First, this is it. This is episode 306 of the PGL Lobbycast. This is, in fact, the very first episode in the brand new year of 2015.
Yes, it is.
And joining us tonight, we have, of course, Geoff. We have Brick, who just wandered off screen. And we have myself. My name is Will. Good evening, and Happy New Year.
So where do we want to start?
Do we want to go with our not sponsors?
Sure.
Since I was just
be careful, Brick. That has caffeine in it.
They're caffeinated.
A&W cream soda has caffeine in it.
You're not my mother.
You're not the boss of me.
You are not the boss of me.
Just to spite you, I'm going to drink too. So, tonight's episode is absolutely 100% not brought to you by A&W cream soda with caffeine. It's not brought to you by Giant Cheez-Its. And it's not brought to you by Fresca or, as Brick said earlier, Old Man Soda.
It's also not brought to you by Monster Unleaded, the caffeine-free Monster.
Which is pretty fantastic.
Those are not my words about Fresca, by the way. Can't remember who said it, but it was either Lou, Sam, or Jordan.
No, fair enough.
Sounds like Jordan.
Probably Jordan.
I am simply a follower.
You're technically
a quoter.
A retweeter.
Yeah.
You're a tracer.
Yay. I'm not a tracer, I'm an inker.
So you put a piece of paper over an image that's already done, and then you...
No, I add depth and shadowing to the work that's already been done.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Of course. All right, so there's not a whole lot of news this week. We're going to do some top lists. We'll each do a personal list, best of 2014. Okay.
It's still going.
Okay, well, I just saw the other thing pop up. But as far as top grossing movies of the year, looking at basically Transformers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Maleficent, and X-Men and Captain America. And I looked at 4 or 5 different lists, and they all had different movies in different order. I didn't know that dollar amounts were disputable or a matter of opinion.
Really?
But one thing that they all agreed on is that Transformers, whatever the Age of Extinction, is that right? Is that what this last one was?
Yes, I believe so.
That it was the undisputed king of the box office worldwide.
That is so very sad.
That is sad, but it's also weird because I just pulled up an immediate website for Box Office Mojo, and it puts Guardians of the Galaxy at the top, which makes me much happier.
These are U.S. numbers.
Well, yeah, but who cares about the rest of the world?
Well, because...
the only reason that Transformers was top grossing worldwide was because Michael Bay decided to... I'll say pander to China, because I was going to say something else, but yeah, that's...
Okay. Did it start with a W and end with a whore?
Yeah.
Can I say that? Is that allowed?
Sure.
No? Okay.
Well, it started with an S and ended with off China.
Wow.
You all ready?
Okay. Yeah, Transformers was the only one to break the 1 billion mark worldwide. So
there it is. Yeah,
there it is.
Makes me sad.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, definitely first in the United States.
And first in my heart.
And first in my heart
first in
also.
My heart.
Not first in mine. It's good, but not first in mine.
That's nice, Brick.
I'm just saying, compared to Transformers. Guardians has to be first in your heart.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about that.
That's all I'm
Absolutely.
asking. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's not in my top 5, but it will be mentioned. Perhaps honorably.
Perhaps.
We don't want to give anything away, though.
No.
So hold on to that for later. All right. Let's see. Do I have any news? What have I seen this week? One of the Lizard Squad that had attacked the PSN and Xbox was arrested. That's been confirmed. PlayStation Network is offering either 10% off coupon or 5 free days of the PlayStation Network due to the Christmas shenanigans. So that's nice. A big company trying to take care of their people.
Xbox Live was not ever nearly as broken as PSN.
No, the PSN was.
I had no trouble getting access the week of Christmas.
Correct. Sony has had so many problems with their company, whether it's Sony Pictures or just PSN or the PlayStation brand in general. They can't stop having problems.
Yeah.
It's kind of a true story.
What
else did I see? We were talking about this briefly earlier, but I guess all of the potential upcoming DLC for Destiny has been breached or leaked or is out on the web. I think they did some data mining, and that's where they came up with this. Of course, the next DLC, and I'm going to use the word DLC versus the word expansion because that feels better in my heart. The next DLC will drop March-ish. They're saying March 10th, and then kind of every 3 months after that. So March, August, or September. And
good for them.
But that information is up there. What I saw is that it came from a image taken at a meeting in Italy back in October of 2014, and then from there, it's been extrapolated and expanded upon, and probably mostly rumor at this point. What I do find interesting / disappointing is that everything that I've seen so far does not indicate anything beyond Mars. So at this point, no Saturn, no Jupiter, no Neptune, no Uranus, no expanded galaxy, so to speak.
Right. And definitely not Pluto, because Pluto isn't a planet anymore.
That's correct.
Planetoid or
Pluto,
something. I don't know.
Pluto got the shaft in the non-Mickey Mouse manner.
Right.
So that's all I've got for news. Anything? No.
Well, let's go ahead and do our personal list.
All right.
I don't know if I have top albums of the week. I bought 3 on vinyl that I of the year. Yeah, that I know came out in 2014. That'd be Dessa, Parts of Speech, the Jack White album.
If I would have bought it, I'm guessing that would probably be there.
Yeah,
because I really
Lazaretto.
I really love Jack White. So I'm assuming that would be there, but I never got around to buying it or listening to it.
And then the soundtrack to Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are the only 3 that I bought that were released in 2014. But I did like them quite a bit.
I bought 2. Would have been the Hosier album, which was good. It was decent. If I had bought more, it probably wouldn't have made a top 5, but it was a good album. What would have made my top 5 and probably would have been number 1, which I bought, was Sonic Highways.
Gotcha.
But I think that's it. I mean, I bought a lot of albums; they just weren't from this year.
Sure, yeah,
Which is the same problem that I ran into as well. In fact, I just had to verify 2 of the albums that I've talked about most recently on the show have been Miss Mister and Lana Del Rey, and of course, those albums all came out early 2013. So
right.
I'm well behind the power curve for 2014 albums.
Well, the power curve for 2014 albums wasn't that great. It just wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
Just kind of a blah year for music.
I mean, not necessarily a blah year for me. I mean, there was good stuff out there. I just wasn't necessarily paying attention to it. And the stuff that you did pay attention to because it was thrown into your face
Over
and over again wasn't the best.
Sure.
I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't the best.
Right.
You know, it's just, I felt like last year was better for overall music that was really popular and
Sure.
also really good.
Sure.
And that's not something that happens every year, and it's not something that has really happened over the past 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
I would say, my two favorite
Well,
artists.
20 years, I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll give you 20 easy.
Because I would say the last time that there was something that was truly great music that was also truly popular with everybody was like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Smashing Pumpkins and stuff like that.
Right. You talk about the early years of grunge and
Right.
the grunge revolution and everything that grunge did for, us and
But
Yeah.
after that, there really wasn't anything that was
'cause it was
really
all
great.
post-rock and new metal and post-progressive metal and prog metal and prog rock and so many.
And that was after
many.
that was really the emergence of pop and pop just exploding and it being like the only thing that you could find
Right.
on a top 20 list.
Right.
And that's how it stayed for the past 20 years is it's just been pop. I mean, there have been little outliers that have come along that have been really
Sure.
good. Like, okay, actually I thought of another one that came out this year that was really good. Lord's album.
Yes.
Pure Heroin.
Pure Heroin. That was a good
That was
album.
really good.
And
That
I
was
actually bought
2014?
That was 2014.
That was
I didn't think it
2014.
was, but it was. Which one?
Pure Heroin.
Yeah.
Let's verify. Let's go to the source. Oh,
If only there were a device.
oh, great magic Google. Tell us more. Oh,
December
2013.
so close. No, release date was September 27th of 2013.
Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Sorry.
The extended version was released in December.
So you were saying 2013 was a great year for music?
Yeah. Well, it was a decent
better
year, at
music.
least.
Yeah.
Because there's been like Her and Lana Del Rey and stuff like that. But this year it was all Iggy Azalea and just, it was a bunch of singles. There wasn't any great real albums that came out that were really popular. It was just a bunch of singles. And the singles weren't even really that great.
Right.
I mean, they were okay for singles, but they weren't anything super. I mean, Sam Smith, maybe. He had a decent album. And that was fairly popular. But like Ariana Grande, really? Put that in the top 50?
Sure. I mean, if you want to... But she's at the bottom of the top 50. I don't know what that gets you.
And go to the top.
Yeah, let's see. So this list is courtesy of Pitchfork. Just a quick Google search on top 50 best albums of 2014. Try to see how many of these I recognize. Number 10 is Caribou, Our Love.
No idea.
No clue. Ariel Pink, Pom Pom.
No idea.
No, haven't heard of him. Todd Terje, It's Album Time.
Nope.
No, haven't heard of him. Sun Kill Moon, Benji.
Nope.
Heard of that one, but I haven't.
Okay. Swans, To Be Kind.
Nope.
Grouper, Ruins.
Nope.
Aphex Twin, Cyro.
And I know that band. I did not know they were still a thing.
I know Aphex Twin. I am surprised he is still around.
As do I, but I am also surprised to know they're still around.
So I may have to check that one out. The War on Drugs, Lost in the Dream.
Nope. No idea.
FKA Twigs, LP1.
Nope.
And the number one best album of 2014, according to Pitchfork.com, is Run the Jewels with Run the Jewels 2.
No idea.
Haven't heard of any of those.
I'm more than open to check all of those out,
Yeah, sure. Why not?
but I've except for Aphex Twin and the Benji album, I haven't heard any of them.
Yeah.
So I would say that my top listened to artists this year are going to be Of Monsters and Men, Walk Off the Earth, Dessa Doomtree, and
That's really good.
Dessa and Doomtree are kind of put in the same I mean, that whole group of rappers I put in the same group. And then Lana Del Rey,
Yeah,
for sure.
Lana Del Rey for sure.
Okay, so actually, I just found out I did buy another album that came out this year, St. Vincent. So
Oh, okay.
go.
There you go.
self-titled album. So here you go. I bought 3.
Congratulations, dude.
Yes.
We all are. I also bought 3.
All
right, how about you guys?
From 2013.
What have you listened to most this last year?
Rick?
The Foo Fighters are
Way up there. Yeah.
I listened to quite a bit of Smashing Pumpkins too. That was one that I couldn't seem to stop listening to. Other than that, it's probably I would say Lord. I did listen to quite a bit of Lord.
Okay.
That was one that kind of fluctuated in and out. Was that Pure Heroine album?
Sure.
But yeah, the main ones were Foo Fighters and the Smashing Pumpkins. I listened to those pretty much all year. And Foo Fighters really concentrated towards the latter part of the year.
Right.
No. I actually have bona fide proof in front of me here. I can give you my top 5 most listened to bands. Fiona Apple, the Title album, which is fantastic. It's the one with Criminal and Sleep to Dream, and it's a really, really good album from back in like 1996 or something like that. 94 maybe even. It's been a while. Black Keys, always a big one for me.
Looking at your list, I would say Black Keys you played more than anything else.
Yes, lots of Black Keys.
Because Fiona Apple's that song is the only one that has appeared on the list.
But that is a good song. Black Keys, Jen Wigmore, Miss Mister is up there, and Mumford & Son is up there, Foster the People is up there, and of course 9 Inch Nails with Hesitation Marks, which I believe also came out in 2013.
It did.
I did listen to Pretty Hate Machine at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
This year, so.
Yeah, so did I. Brick, top artists of the year? Just Foo Fighters and...
Top artist of the year, like the number 1 for me is the Foo Fighters. I
Sure.
think what they did with Sonic Highways was fantastic.
Okay.
If we're looking at like top new artist, I'd probably go with Sam Smith. I feel like he did. He's got a solid voice. He did a good job on his debut album. I really like St. Vincent. She's not a new artist, but she's really good, and her latest album was really good. It was one of my favorites.
Right on.
Right on. Yeah,
Moving on.
that's music.
Okay. Top 5 movies of the year for me would be Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Are you going in order?
Yeah, I'll go in order. That was number 1.
You go 5 to 1.
I did not bury the lead. I went, you want me to go 5 to 1?
Well, you've already given up 1.
Should I put the honorable mention first?
Yeah.
Okay, honorable mention is probably
Where's your draw?
Equalizer with Denzel Washington.
Okay.
I like that one.
All right.
Okay, it has Chloe, Grace Moretz or whatever.
Yeah.
Although she's a bit part in that movie. Number 5, November Man with Pierce Brosnan. Oddly enough, kind of like that one. Retired CIA agent. Very tired premise, and it's really not too terribly unlike Equalizer.
Okay. And probably also a little bit of Bourne thrown in there.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Taken, maybe.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow, and these are all action movies, pretty much. I don't see a whole lot of movies in theaters, so this is Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, and number 3, Days of Future Past, the X-Men movie. I like that one a lot. Captain America, Winter Soldier, which I thought was a great movie.
It was number 2.
Yeah, it was number 2. Maybe better overall, but I had more fun with number 1, which was Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. So,
Very good.
yep.
While we were compiling and researching and figuring out again which movies came out which year, I discovered that I fail miserably at life and have seen exactly 4 movies that were released in 2014. So, in lieu of a top 5 with honorable mention,
quick correction: you fail miserably at life, and also you've only seen.
and also, that is a more accurate way of saying it.
Those are independent.
They are not correlated. They are causated, or something like that.
Something like that.
But yes, so my number 4 would be the Lego Movie.
Ah, yes.
Number 3. I'm trying to remember even what the movie was, so we'll come back to that. Number 2 was Captain America: Winter Soldier, because I believe we saw that as a group. And then number 1 for me, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, probably not the world's best film. I don't know if it's ever going to stand the indelible tests of time. But boy, it was just a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. I just remember sitting there with a big old smile on my face, grinning from ear to ear, laughing at all the appropriate jokes. I had a good time with it. It was really fun for me.
Good.
And sometimes that's all I'm looking for in a movie.
Absolutely.
So I don't even know if
I think it was a good addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh yeah, a little bit more tongue in cheek.
Tied in to the apocalypse or the
the apocalypse story arc that's coming. I don't even really know if I saw maybe 4 movies. I think maybe I was making that up. So we'll call that my top 3.
Okay,
we'll go with that.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I have nothing left. Break, please rescue me from this hole that I've dug for myself.
Was it Planet of the Apes?
Nope, haven't seen it.
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Haven't seen it.
It wasn't that good. It shouldn't have been on your list even if you had seen it.
Which is good,
Spider-Man
but
2?
I haven't seen
Isn't
it.
that good? Oh, you should just stop talking right now, Geoff.
It wasn't as good as the first one. The whole Jamie Foxx thing was horrible.
It wasn't horrible.
Oh, no, it was.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
And them playing EDM by smashing into the poles at the electrical plant. How good was that for you?
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
They're playing EDM, like dance music,
electronic dance music,
by bouncing off the post in the.
Oh yeah, that was stupid.
Okay, thank you.
I'll say that.
All right.
Great. Thanks for spoiling it for me, guys. God.
You're welcome.
My honorable mention is Jeff's number 1.
Okay.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
I really liked it.
It was my number 1 too. But to be fair,
is both
I've only seen 3 movies in 2014.
But it was really good. I really, really liked it. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a really fun movie to watch. And
You see a lot more movies than we do.
But yeah, I see a lot more movies than you guys do. Number 5 is The Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley.
Nice.
Really, really good. It was awesome.
I've seen lots of trailers for it lately.
Good code-breaking movie. It's really fun. Foxcatcher, not so much fun, but really good.
Sure.
Okay. Disturbing.
Who's in that?
Steve Carell and Channing Tatum. Which, if I would have told you, hey, there's this new movie out with Steve Carell and Channing Tatum, you probably would have been like,
let's see that. That's going to be awesome.
That's going to be hilarious. No, it is not. It is not hilarious. It is far from hilarious. But really good. I mean, Steve Carell, I now think that Steve Carell is a psychopath because I don't know how anyone could transform themselves as much as he did in that movie. He's really good in it, but he's really freaky in it too.
Okay.
Then Boyhood is my number 3. It was Richard Linklater. I don't know if you guys know anything about it. It was a movie that was filmed over 10 years. Yeah,
I've heard about that. So, yeah, they have the same boy, and it's the same family, and they kind of do like month by month by month by month little snapshots, right?
Right. And it was Patricia Arquette and Ethan Hawke were the 2 parents. It was really good. It was a solid movie. I thought, I thought the whole filmed over 10 years thing was going to turn out to be sort of like a gimmicky type thing, but it really didn't even feel like it. Sure. It felt really smooth. It didn't feel like they were just like, oh, hey, check this out. No one's done this before, Sure. And then number 2, which I really struggled with because my number 2 and my number 1 are really battling with each other. But Birdman is my number 2.
Right.
Because Birdman was so awesome. Right. And Michael Keaton is amazing in it. Emma Stone's good. Edward Norton's good in it. It's a really, really good movie. Does
that mean that number 1, let me guess, starts with an I and ends with Interstellar? Yeah, I had a feeling that's where you were going.
Yep, Interstellar is bar none my number 1. I can't put anything else above it.
No, I
loved it.
It's good.
Okay,
it's good to have that top film.
I've seen Birdman twice, and I've seen Interstellar 3 times.
Nice.
And just with those 2 films, you've seen more movies than I did in 2014. No. The only 2 movies that I saw in the theaters were Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain America.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Those are the 2 movies that I paid money to see in 2014.
In theaters. In theaters. You should say in theaters. Just say in theaters. Police
okay.
Officer.
No. I'm saying because everything else comes out on cable, that's where I caught the Lego movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Was on my. What are you implying?
I wasn't implying anything. What are you implying?
What are you trying? Geoff, video games for 2014.
Well, I didn't play very many. I have several that are still in their plastic.
Yes. This has not changed in over a month, by the way.
Right. So I say top ones for 2014 are going to be Titanfall,
yep.
Destiny,
yep.
Forza Horizon 2, because I really did enjoy that, and Elder Scrolls Online for the PC. Now, I mean, in fairness, I only beta tested it, but I know that I like it well enough that I'm going to pick it up on Xbox One whenever it comes out.
Okay.
And that's about it. I mean, technically, I also played Halo Master Chief Collection, but even though it's only the 5th game I played, it doesn't deserve to be on the top 5 because it has lots of problems. So
right,
we'll see. Maybe next year we'll say it's in the top 5 whenever it's been patched and properly working again. So we'll call it a 2015 game next year. Same with Assassin's Creed Unity.
I pre-ordered,
which I haven't played yet. It's still unopened.
I pre-ordered Halo 5 on Amazon today.
Oh, nice.
I did see an interesting article today about Halo 5, specifically the multiplayer. And I believe the attention-grabbing headline was Halo 5 promises to be the worst multiplayer game of all time.
Ooh.
No, see, I don't agree with that.
Well,
I was in the early beta for it, and they do a really good job of making the guns feel nice. They do a great job with the weapons.
I think the issues that were brought up in the article, and again, I don't have it in front of me to cite it, but basically coming back to Halo 2's lack of weapon balance, citing specifically that the pistol still outperforms, bar none, any weapon in the game. The assault rifle being woefully underpowered. Talking about basically the construction of the maps themselves being very much arena-ish and very uninspired, I believe would be the direct quote from the article. And I haven't seen hide nor hair of it, so all I'm doing is regurgitating what I read today.
No, I would say that those are fair comments. I don't know.
I have no doubt that it was to serve as clickbait, and I'm sure I fell right into that trap. But those were the points that it raised. So.
Yeah, I saw that article, but did not click on it.
I gave him 5
now
cents,
I know.
apparently.
Now I know.
Now you know all about it. You don't have to give him 5
cents. Don't have
cents.
to click on it.
So. Games for me for 2014, of course, in no particular order, but Destiny would be up there. Dragon Age Inquisition has to be up there because that game is phenomenal, and I need to get back to it. A couple of arcade games for me on my list. Child of Light by Ubisoft was fantastic. I need to play that one.
I don't think I've played that one.
Really good, really interesting premise. The fact that all of the spoken dialogue in the game is in iambic pentameter doesn't even bother me. In fact, it really adds a lot to the story. It's pretty interesting how they did that. That's poetry, rhyme and verse for those of you that are non-educated. Thought I'd help you out with that one. I'm sure you know what that one is. It's me being a jerk. So Child of Light was up there. And Telltale Games' The Wolf Among Us was really, really well done, as you would expect from a Telltale Games production. And
are they the same ones that did The Walking Dead?
They are.
Okay, the episodic series.
And I believe they're also doing a Game of Thrones game on the Xbox One as well.
Interesting.
And also a Borderlands game and something else by Telltale.
Oh, the Borderlands one I think is already out.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Tales from the Borderlands or something like that.
Tales from the Borderlands. That's exactly the one. Telltale Games puts out a good product. Wolf Among Us was really interesting, based on a graphic novel. Not of the same name, but the graphic novel is Fables. The premise basically being that these fictional fairy tale characters are real, living in a little commune in New York, and some of the interesting problems that happen to them. Titanfall was good. I haven't played that one in many, many months. In fact, I'm still having a hard time believing that was a 2014 game.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like
so
it was
early.
very early Xbox One.
And it was, but it was like right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Pretty much all I got for video games. I did pick up and play some Diablo 3 for the PC, which was awesome and always a solid game. Especially since I didn't have to deal with any of the marketplace shenanigans. The real money marketplace, they got rid of that before I started playing. And of course, mine also came with the expansion. So it was a fantastic package all around. That's it. That's all I got. I'll shut up now. Brick.
Number 5 is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So it was good. This is a very decent Assassin's Creed game. It's fun to play the multiplayer, and the single player campaign's really good. Number 4 is Wolfenstein: The New Order, just because it was just fun. It was just straight up.
I played a little bit of that. I did rent that one, and it was pretty decent. I need to get back and put some more hours into it. Yeah,
it was just a fun single player campaign. There's no multiplayer in it,
right.
But that's usually not a problem for me because I don't play multiplayer that much anyway.
Right.
Number 3, just after I said I don't play multiplayer that much,
Will be Titanfall.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online. Okay.
How much of that have you played?
Not a whole lot, but I really did enjoy it when I was playing it.
Did you just do a month of it, or what?
I did. I think maybe 2 or 3 months of it when it
Okay.
first came out, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm looking forward to the
it.
console version.
And then number 2 is Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yep.
Which is super good.
Awesome. It's such a good game.
And then number 1 for me is the Grand Theft Auto 5 re-release for the next-gen systems because
It was changed enough.
Because it was changed enough, and I could not think of 5 actual new releases.
Sure.
And I love Grand Theft Auto 5. And they're soon. I don't know if they've done it yet, but for at least the next gen, I don't know if they're doing it on the last gen, but they will be releasing the heist feature for multiplayer, so you can now do like the bank heists and stuff with friends online.
Cool.
Which is what we all wanted out of it when it came out, but that didn't happen. So now it is, and I'm happy, but also angry that it didn't happen sooner.
Right.
I think that was the premise that got Sam and I to buy GTA 5 for the Xbox 360. Was, hey, yeah, let's do this, and we'll get together and we'll do some bank robberies online.
Yeah, that's what got my brother to buy it too.
We never could figure it out. I didn't actually even know until you just spoke that it didn't exist.
It didn't exist at all. Like they were like, oh, we're going to do it. It's coming out. Yeah, it's coming out like a year later.
Right, you jerks.
And I don't even know that it's going to be available on the last gen. It might even only be available on the next gen version.
That may make sense because of the whole first person thing. So
it could be
all part of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a change.
Yeah. Brand new first person perspective.
Yeah, I forgot about that because I've only played a little bit of it on my Xbox.
It's not a huge thing because if you get it for the newest gen systems, your characters transfer.
Yep.
Your progress transfers.
Yep.
On
Mine
GTA Online.
Mine will not.
Why?
Because my original copy was on the PlayStation 3, and my new copy is a downloadable copy for Xbox One.
And it doesn't transfer?
I wouldn't think that it would. They're different servers, different accounts.
Well, yeah, but several games have cross-platform transfers now.
Maybe, but I really doubt it, especially being between Sony and Xbox.
Yeah.
And also,
it really comes down more to Rockstar.
Yeah.
Well, but
Sony
Rockstar has really more partnered with Sony than they have Microsoft.
Yeah, but your GTA Online character is held on the Rockstar servers. They should be able to update that.
Well, I mean, it's not like it really matters for me that much because, honestly, the only thing that me and my brother did when we played Grand Theft Auto Online was we just robbed liquor stores. We didn't even do any missions. Like, I barely leveled up, so did he. We just ran around and robbed liquor stores and ran from the cops and crashed airplanes into cop cars. It was it was nothing special. So if I have to start a new character, oops,
Yeah, I was watching Madison's boyfriend or whatever. Well, I don't know if she wants to put that label on it, but I saw him rob a liquor store, run out front, and get in his car, and then drive around the corner of the liquor store, and then the police couldn't find him.
Oh yeah, no, me and my brother did that.
He's right there.
It was a glitch. Like, did he go in like a what is it, like a container, like a ship container?
No,
he just drove around the corner and they couldn't find him.
He was parked on the side of the liquor store by a fence.
Well, you see, like that never worked for me and my brother, but we found this one store that there was like a shipping container next to it.
Yeah. And
so we robbed it and then just backed into the shipping container, and there would be cops just driving all around it, and they would never like be like, "Oh, they're inside that open shipping container right there."
Nobody ever thought to look inside the shipping container?
Say, what's that car with its lights on doing in that shipping container there?
Right.
Huh. Well,
but, it's a really fun game. I like the online, but honestly, the campaign for that game is where it's at. I mean, it's a phenomenal story.
Do you want some good news, Burke?
What?
According to Rockstar's support page, you can transfer your PlayStation 3 data to the Xbox One.
Oh, well, that's good.
You could do the same thing on Diablo 3.
That's
going
good.
From last gen to this gen.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Except not from PC to console.
No, just console to console.
Which made me sad.
Yeah, I did do the direct download for my Xbox One because Grand Theft Auto is one of those games.
Yeah, you're not going to get rid of it.
I'm not going to get rid of it. That is one that I'll continue to play, and I already have a hard copy for PlayStation 3 anyway.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to just be like, Xbox, go to Grand Theft Auto 5, and then just no matter what's in the disc tray or whatever.
Right.
True.
All right. Well, are we done with our list?
I think that pretty much covers the major media releases for 2014.
Okay.
I mean, we could be absolute nerds and get into books, but I don't know how to read. So.
I also do not know how to read.
All of one book this year.
You're ahead of me. I think I worked on two, but
and it was Gone Girl. It was great, but that was it. That was all I got.
Sometimes that's all you get. So yeah, I think that's all of our lists. Holy cow! Does that mean we're out of show?
Yeah, we'll do the
Whatchas.
the
Whatchas?
Weekly Whatchas.
All right, to the Weekly Whatchas then.
Okay.
Geoff, kick things off for us.
This week I have fallen in love again with Storm Large's cover of "Where's My Mind" by the Pixies.
Okay.
Love that cover. And I listened earlier today. I listened to an episode of The Nerdist, and this is an older one. It's actually from June 20th. And Ralph Garman was his guest. Ralph Garman also does a podcast with Kevin Smith that I've talked about before called Hollywood Babylon.
Yep.
And he's a radio personality, and he's also an actor, but he does a lot of voices. Got a lot of good in impersonations.
Good.
Or impressions, or whatever the right term is now. Then listen to some Shuffle All, and then I also finished up the episode of Girl on Guy with Dan Savage that I was listening to previously. So
Very good.
it was a long one. It was 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Long conversation.
And yeah, so that's about it for me. Wilhelm?
Or me. For me, it's been kind of a light week for listening, especially with music. Some Nine Inch Nails this week. Been needing the industrial kick that only Trent Reznor can provide. And some Brian Regan, because I've been on a huge comedy kick. I've got a couple Brian Regan albums up on the iTunes, and he is hilarious. If you're not familiar, he's the guy that does this Stupid in School sketch.
Brian Regan's good.
Top notch. The Mises and the Woodses, and I die every time.
Well, and he's really. I have a lot of respect for clean comics. Because they're so. I mean, like
Talented.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Extremely talented guys that can. I mean, because that's not to say that filthy comics are not hilarious.
Correct.
They are.
They are absolutely funny. But I think
any
it's more
filthy
difficult
comic will tell you how much respect they have for guys who,
can keep it clean and not go blue, and really,
and they're way more successful too because they can appeal to a far wider audience than the filthy comics.
You don't have to get a babysitter.
Exactly. You can take the kids like Jackie Bem and Matt. They took their kids to Brian Regan, I think, on January 31st, I think, on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Or December 31st.
December 31st. Yeah, that'll be it.
Because
January 31st wouldn't make sense at all, would it?
No, it really wouldn't.
It's only the 2nd. Still. But yeah, that's about it for me. Rick?
Freakonomics Radio was the podcast this week. And then I listened to a few albums. I listened to the Butthole Surfers.
Yep.
Rembrandt Pussy Horse, which is a fantastic name.
It is a fantastic name. The great thing is we don't have to censor you because it's a direct quote. It is actually the name of a thing.
It certainly is. I listened to Gish by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Good album.
I listened to Blues for the Red Sun by Caius. I listened to Bleach by Nirvana, which was their debut.
Right.
I listened to Evangeline by Emmylou Harris. That's the one of these things that is not like the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I listened to Rubber Soul by the Beatles. The Psychedelic Sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators, which was their 1966 debut album. Screaming Life by Soundgarden. And
wow, dude.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly.
These are all those records that you got from Wax Trax?
Yeah. I got a lot of them this week, but I'd gotten some of them a little bit earlier and just hadn't gotten around to it. And then the debut album of the White Stripes, too.
Okay.
Cool.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just those.
Just a handful. just a little bit. Can tell that you haven't been at work all week.
Right? Well, and see, that's why you'll see when you get to my watching list why it's so light is because that's all I wanted to do when I got off of work. before I left for my trip because I really didn't even want to watch anything. I just wanted to be like,
Right.
Well, speaking of watching, Geoff.
Kind of light for me this week. And I believe I talked maybe about this before, but I did finish up seasons 4 and 5 of Boardwalk Empire, so I have marked a series off of my list.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
nice. Yep.
Thank you.
And I've known about this since you picked me up from the airport.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you for doing so.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily agree with the end of the show, like how it was done, but it was still a much better series and ending than Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had problems with most of everything in the last episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Did you really?
Oh, I did.
Here's the thing. You know how I hated the second to last episode so much?
Yeah.
I really liked the last episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Had we bet money, Geoff, on that previous episode, I would be giving you money right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure I said that, and of course I haven't seen a single episode of Sons of Anarchy, but I'm pretty sure I said on a previous podcast that Brick was going to say that he absolutely hated it, couldn't stand it, didn't even know why he watched it.
I really,
Yeah.
I actually, like, going into it, I was like, oh, God, why am I doing this? And then I actually came out on the other end of it. I was like, okay. I was like, I still don't like what he did in the second to last episode, but okay. I'll deal with it.
My first issue with the series finale was when Jax went and met with his club, took off his president's patch, gave it to Chibs. Chibs picked a vice president, and Jax says, good thing. Okay, everybody in that room was in on the plan, but they still did the thing where two of the guys held Jax's arm, and then they shot Happy.
Yeah.
He could have just walked in there and said, okay, so everybody knows the plan. Happy, you ready? Bam. Okay, you're good. All right, now we go.
I'll agree with
everybody in the room was in on the plan. Why the drama?
Yeah. I'll agree with that. That was dumb. That was so stupid. And the only reason it was done was for drama for the audience.
Right.
And if you wanted to do it that way, then maybe only Chibs knows or something.
Right.
You know?
But everybody knew.
But and then, you know, he shoots Happy and he's like, oh, what?
Right.
Like, that would have worked. But that was really dumb. I'll agree with you there.
Happy gets shot. He's like, you guys.
Okay, all right. Who's the Joker here?
Yeah. And then that whole series of events that started with the homeless lady with the communion, the dried up piece of bread, and the
I like that.
the Okay, you cannot make Messiah references to Jax Teller. He's a completely... I mean, he's a worthless human being. He's like 98% worthless.
I would agree with you, but in the context of the show, I think you can.
Where was his redemption? There was no redemption. It has nothing to do with the communion. Why bring in Catholic religious references in the very last episode of the show?
I think the redemption was in reference to him trying to save his club and trying to do the right thing by his children.
But then he killed himself.
Yeah, and I think that's part of his redemption.
No.
Yeah.
You bring in Catholic references and then you commit a mortal sin on your way out the door?
I understand.
No, that doesn't work.
As a recovering Catholic, you're not allowed to kill yourself.
No. I understand. I understand your problems with it, but I think in the context of the show, it's okay. I didn't have a problem with it.
And then, you know, the dried bread again on the side of the road after he gets hit by the semi, and his blood comes in from off screen and gets close to the bread. I'm like, and him like putting his arms out, like he's being crucified as he rides his motorcycle into the front of a semi-truck? No. It's all bad. It's really lazy writing.
I didn't see it that way. You know, I mean, I really felt
I don't
like,
think it'll hold up to a second watch if you go back and watch it.
I really felt like the second to last episode was truly lazy writing, and maybe the last episode was as well.
Yeah.
And I really felt like the last episode would have had more impact for that redemption and that sort of, you know, Jesus reference, I guess they're making, if he would have been merciful to Gemma and let her go, and been merciful to Wayne too, and
or
let both of them go.
Marks.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, he went around. And that's another thing too. Is he went around? You're right on that too.
His little angel, the one who set him on this little redemption thing, gives him a blanket that he uses to cover up so he can hide
to
kill Marks, to ambush Marks. Well, and it's all bad, Brick. It's like conflicting allegory, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I can agree with you.
Yeah,
there. I mean, anyway. I did like it with an initial viewing, and I don't really have the same problems that you do. I can see your points, but I don't. In the context of the show, I think it works just because of that's really what the show's been all about. Is that Jax has been in this really just kind of terrible underworld of these, you know, bikers and gangs and guns and money and everything. He's been this, you know, this sort of, I don't want to use the word, but since we're using it in the context of the last episode, this messiah of, he was this beacon of hope in this horrible, just poo of of everything, because everything around it was terrible, and he was this guy who was trying so hard to bring this into the light and bring it into something better and do what his father wanted for the club and everything.
But in the end,
it just never panned out.
In the end, he lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Exactly, and that. In talking about it now, then I can sort of see your point in how this whole still trying to maintain that he's this beacon of hope in the last episode, this you know, this Jesus-like figure for the Sons of Anarchy for Redwood Original is really kind of dumb. It's
but you know, he's doing the right thing by orphaning his children. No, it's fine.
No, he's not orphaning his children.
He left him with his junkie ex-girlfriend.
She's not a junkie, though.
Oh. Hey, Will, from your experience, how often do heroin addicts fall back into their habit?
Often.
Just,
I mean, if you're talking the good, true heroin,
the Cheez-Its, Brick. Pass the Cheez-Its to Will.
Speaking of the heroin,
but he didn't orphan his children. It was and if Wendy did fall back into her habit, his children would have been taken care of by Nero, who's a good, solid character, a better character than Jax, actually. If you're talking about morals wise,
they never would have been taken care of by Nero because he was never in the custodial paperwork.
No,
Wendy was. She was the legal guardian.
Sure, but
the kids.
Nero would have been the next logical choice.
Yeah.
For the kids to go to him if and he even talked to him about that before, you know, he left on his killing spree / suicide run. You know, I mean, so it's
stupid.
It's flawed. It's flawed writing, but I don't know. There's something about it. I liked it better, but overall, the last season was just bad. Just overall, the last season was terrible.
Yeah, well,
you know, I mean, because the whole point of that entire show is, like we've been saying, for Jax to be this good character in this horrible situation, in this horrible lifestyle. He's supposed to be this good character that persists through. And by about the third or fourth season, it seemed like Kurt Sutter was just like, "Well, screw that,"
Well,
and just you know.
Okay, but just follow with me on this. Is there any reason why, after he killed Marx and stepped down as president of the club, after they set up that whole story of him getting away to appease the other presidents, that he couldn't have just disappeared with Wendy and the kids across the country or left the country?
That's a really good point. He could have.
Yeah.
But Kurt Sutter wanted it to end with him dying. I mean, his mind was pretty made up about that.
Yeah. So why couldn't he have just gone to Mexico or whatever?
He could have.
It didn't make any sense that he had
and he
to
tried
die.
to give it this excuse of like, oh, well, I'm just not good for my children. No, you're just lazy, is what
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you could have just...
Anyway,
So, yeah, I mean, you know, you have changed my mind slightly on the last episode.
I don't want you to hate it. I'm just telling you why I'm hating it.
I don't still.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate it as much as you do, but I can see your points.
Yeah.
You know, remembering back to it and really looking at it and breaking it down like that, I can definitely see your points, but I do still like it a hell of a lot better than I like the second to last episode.
Sure. And, yeah, I think with those little Messiah references at the end, I was talking to my friend Katie about it, and I said, well, on the first one, I said, ugh. On the second one, I said, stop. And on the third one, I said, really?
Stop. Oh, really? Okay. We're going to do this? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, overall, I definitely enjoyed my time with Boardwalk Empire better. And I started to get caught up on Ray Donovan.
Oh, good.
I watched.
I have not at
episode 10 and 11 out of 12 for the first season. I haven't watched any of the second season, of course.
Oh, so. I haven't watched. Okay, good. So I'm still ahead of you because I haven't watched any of the second season.
Okay,
either.
yeah, you're one episode ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then somehow without me noticing, Covert Affairs. I saw the series finale. I didn't realize it was going off the air, but it's going off the air.
Like, well, how about that?
It was one of my throwaway shows. I didn't care. And The Mentalist is going off the air, too. So that is one of my other throwaway shows.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care that they're gone.
I don't care that they're gone.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't care that True Blood's gone either. But I had so much more invested. Right. I had so much more invested in True Blood than you did in Covert Affairs or The Mentalist.
That's true.
You know, but that was a show that I just got trapped in.
Me too.
So, but it's over now. It's all done. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is that your list?
Oh, and then I did watch the Equalizer this week.
Okay.
And like I said, I liked it. I watched it night before last, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I dug it. I didn't realize it was connected. I mean, it has the same name, but I didn't realize it was actually connected to the old TV show, The Equalizer.
Well,
there you go.
This week, I have watched absolutely nothing. Brick. No, I'm sorry. There's no joke. I've had family in town because we celebrate Christmas late. I have literally not sat down to watch a movie, a television show, half a television show, 2 commercials, or anything since the last time we talked.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, aside from the various, sports that I watched, the final week of the NFL, college football playoff, and everything, which all turned out great, by the way.
Yeah.
Except for, the Patriots lost to the Bills, but who cares? Because
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks. I was giddy last night. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand Florida State or crab legs stealing Jameis Winston. and oh, my God. The Ducks just murdered them like 42-20, wasn't it? It was like 59-20, wasn't it?
So the 59-20. So the Bucks are getting Mariota? Because they have first round draft choice. I think.
they probably will. Yeah,
Okay.
that would make sense. Well, no, I think the Raiders might have first round.
Oh, really? I thought the Tampa Bay did.
I don't know. It's either the Raiders or them.
Okay.
But either one. I really hope the Raiders get Jameis Winston because that's a perfect fit. And
somebody was trying to make the case to me that Tampa Bay would take Winston, and I was like, I don't know why they would take Winston over Mariota.
because it's he's talented and ticket sales because he's the hometown kid, and all the Florida State fans would go and buy tickets to Tampa Bay Buccaneers
It'd be a
games.
money
Exactly.
situation.
It's money. That would
Yeah.
be the reason they would take him, would be for money. Marcus Mariota, far more talented than Jameis Winston. That was proven yesterday because Jameis Winston fumbled the football without anyone touching him. I don't know if you saw that, but it was fantastic. He ran around and stumbled over himself, and then instead of falling backwards and tucking the football, he falls backwards and goes, huh, and throws it back, and a fat lineman from the Oregon Ducks picks it up and runs it for like a 40-yard touchdown.
My two favorite touchdowns yesterday was Mariota running it through the center of the defense and scoring.
Yeah.
And then the one where I forget who it was, but he did the flip, and he didn't actually get the touchdown.
But he
was right there.
He did actually. I mean, like, he didn't get it. Like, they didn't call it that way, but they should have.
Yeah.
Because he way did, because nobody touched him, and he
crossed the plane. Yeah. But anyway, that was pretty awesome. He did one of those front flips over somebody.
Yeah.
Spring.
Yeah. And it was like super acrobatic. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I couldn't hear because there's no microphone right there on the. But I could have sworn he said, "Wee."
Like, I almost want to be an Oregon Ducks fan because they made me so happy yesterday. They made me so supremely happy that they just absolutely handed Florida State their ass.
Right. Yeah, so that was fun. And, I'm happy that the Cowboys are in, even if it's a wild card slot. So.
No, it's not a wild card slot, though. They won their division, but their record... They're playing the team who did get the wild card slot.
Oh, I thought they both got wild card slots.
No, they won their division, which means that their record was not good enough for a bye week. There were two other teams in the NFC, which were the Packers and the Seahawks. Got bye.
They all had 12-4s.
Yeah, but it's something that breaks down with like who beat who and different things like that, and like division wins, I think, plays into it. And so the Seahawks and the Packers got bye weeks, and even though the Cowboys had the same record, they don't get a bye week, but they still did win their division. So they got a legitimate playoff spot because they're just playing a wild card team,
right? Because nobody was 13-3 this year, right? Everybody is 12-4.
Yeah, because the Patriots lost their last game.
Yeah, so
they would have been 13-3 if they had beat the Bills, but they didn't because they didn't care.
So the 12-4 teams are the Packers, the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Cowboys. Who else was 12-4?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay, cool. Nice.
And okay, so I'm going to continue. I guess I lost track because I didn't have those written down. I watched the series finale of the Colbert Report. I'm so sad. I'm so very, very sad. But it was awesome. I mean, like, I think pretty much every guest he has ever had on that show gathered in his studio to sing "We Will Meet Again," and it was so good.
Nice.
Like, even Big Bird was in that freaking studio.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then on Christmas Eve, I watched Bad Santa with my brother, as per protocol, because that's what we do. And on Christmas, we watched Gremlins, because that's what I do, and he was suffering through it with me.
I can't imagine that holds up.
It does for me, but that's just because I really love it. You know? But it's one of those movies you really have to love for it to hold up for you. And then we watched The Interview on Christmas. We bought it for $6 off of YouTube and watched it on his computer. It was pretty good. You know, I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't one of the best comedies I've ever seen, but it had its moments. It was pretty funny. And just, you know, all of the North Korea bashing was just hilarious.
Well, sure.
So, and then I watched an episode of Dexter today in my first watch through of the whole series because I have.
Where are you at?
I watched the first episode.
Oh,
because I have watched the first season before, but it was like 5 years ago when I watched the first season. So I'm rewatching the first season since it's only one season, and then I'm just gonna plug through and watch the rest of them because I know that it's one of those shows that really goes up and down with good seasons and bad seasons. But I just want to watch it. I really enjoyed the first season. I like the characters, so I want to finish it.
cool. Right on.
So that's it, though, for me from a watching. Geoff, playing
just Destiny, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let me take a wild guess, Will.
Well, since last we met, I've managed to get 2 hours of Destiny in.
Okay.
One of that was tonight.
That I was watching you play upstairs.
The other one was this morning before work.
Wow. Okay.
Because that's what happens when I wake up at 3:45 in the morning and go, well, I don't have anywhere to be until at least 5:45.
I've got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
In Destiny and gaming related news, I did pick up a Microsoft stereo headset.
Oh,
which is pretty nice. I had been sitting really close to my television because, you know, my home theater system's pretty loud.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to subject the girls to constant sounds of gunfire.
Mm-hmm. Pew, 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 pew.
Right. And so I would sit closer to the TV and keep the sound down really low. Well, last night I was able to sit back on the couch like an adult, while
like a normal human being,
and play that way. You know, have just hit the mute button on the surround sound system,
and just blast it through the headphones.
Yeah, and it gives you game sound and chat sound.
Yep,
sweet.
So it's really nice, and I got it for $25.
Sweet.
Best Buy has them on sale for $40 right now, down from $60. And then in looking up reviews, it pulled up a Walmart ad or a Walmart online store thing that said $24.99. And I was like, hey, will you guys match this? And they said yes. And so paid $25.
Sweet.
Not bad. So
oh yeah,
just Destiny.
That's all I got. 2 hours.
It's
not just Destiny. It's 2 hours.
Dang.
I have also played one game, but it was not Destiny.
Was it Dragon Age Inquisition?
No, it was not.
Was it
Grand Theft Auto?
You're not. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
It was.
Yeah,
It was not Grand Theft Auto 5. It was Grand Theft Auto
San Andreas.
because I was playing it on my iPad when I was in Tennessee. And
nice.
Oh my god, it's actually really good on the iPad. I didn't think it was going to be, but it was $6, so I thought I'd just give it a shot because I was super bored.
Sure.
And yeah, it works really well. Like the left side of the screen, you can just touch in the bottom, and it's a little joystick that pops up to move them around, and then the aiming is like automatic aiming, so you just hit the gun and it just automatically aims to the bad guys that are in your vicinity, so it makes it a lot easier when you're on a tablet to not have to point and aim at all of them. But yeah, it works really well, and I've gotten, I'd say, maybe scratching the surface of a quarter of the way through San Andreas, because San Andreas is a pretty big game, but
yeah, I
like that.
I read the 360 version of that is a port of the iOS version.
Really?
Yeah. That's
There's
what
a 360 version of San Andreas?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was a downloadable thing.
Can you download it on Xbox One?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
I think it was Xbox 360. It was an article I was reading a couple weeks back. So
Because other than 5, that is hands down my favorite.
yeah, I was never really into the Grand Theft Autos. So
That and
I've got 5 at the house, a copy of it, but it's not mine.
Oh, okay. Well, that and the Arkham series are the 2 games that. Well, and I guess Elder Scrolls too. But since I really kind of was lackadaisical on Skyrim, I played a lot of it. It's just so big that I couldn't get through all of it like I did with Oblivion and Morrowind, even though Morrowind was really big too.
Well, yeah, but that's the joy of Skyrim.
It is. But what I was about to say was that the Grand Theft Auto series and the Arkham series are the only games that I have consistently, every single one of them, played them all the way through. Like, just completed the story. I didn't even complete the story in Skyrim because I was so busy doing other things and going around and doing all the side quests and guilds and whatnot.
Oh, I did see a small bit of news, and I don't remember when this was from, but it's kind of related to Grand Theft Auto because it's another Rockstar game. That Rockstar did say that they are either working on or going to be working on a sequel to Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh.
Which is cool because I like that game. The last one came out in 2010.
Yeah, I never finished Redemption, actually.
Yeah.
I really meant to, and I tried.
I liked it.
I loved it. I really did, but I don't know. It just, I guess, like when I picked it up and I was like, I'm going to finish this, something else came up that was more important, and I had to go leave and do that, and I never ended up finishing it. And then enough time would go by that I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to finish that, but I really should start it over. And then I would start it over, and I'd try to finish it, and the same thing would happen.
See, I'm kind of the outlier in this particular series because I will go Red Dead Redemption and Fallout over Grand Theft Auto and Elder Scrolls.
Okay. Well, and see, I really...
games made by the same company, very similar games.
Sure.
But I prefer, like, the Western version, and then I also prefer the post-apocalyptic...
Like 1950s
1950s style, yeah, for sure.
I really want to give Fallout another chance, because I feel like... I didn't like it. I hated Fallout 3 when it came out, but I felt like I really... Yeah, no, I did. I
just love that world.
And
love it.
And I really feel like I didn't give it enough of a chance, and so I just have had this, stigma for Fallout. But I really feel like I want to play it through it again. Just really give it a good second go around.
Sure.
Years later. Now that, maybe my tastes have matured a little bit more, I might like it, so.
Maybe.
Because from everybody that I am friends with or acquaintances with, when I mention Fallout, I love Fallout, it's great, and I'm the only...
Aaron,
I'm consistently
she's a big fan.
Yeah, I know, and I'm consistently the only person who's like, I don't really like it, and so maybe
and then you receive the ensuing diatribe about how you suck and have poor taste in games.
Well, yeah, exactly, and so I feel like maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance, and so that's why I kind of want to go back and play through it again to see if I really don't like it, or if I was just like, I don't like it now, So.
Yes.
Because I love
Brett,
Red Dead Redemption, I have no qualms about that. I just never got around to finishing it.
Yeah. Fallout 3 is a great game.
Yeah, I know.
It really
so
is.
I'm told.
It's a fantastic game.
So I'm told. I hear New Vegas was disappointing, but
New Vegas
I
was
love them both,
but also entertaining. So
yeah,
I have no issues with either one.
So yeah, I feel like I should give it another shot. I might buy an Xbox 360 to give Fallout 3 another shot.
Well, don't you have a gaming laptop?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I could just
I would buy it cheap off of Steam.
I could just do that, yeah.
And then I would go through and do some of their graphical tweaks and mods to it, and I think you'll have a great time.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Will,
that's not a bad
idea. I may
idea.
even do that.
Because I've been
good idea.
And I own a 360 and a copy of New Vegas.
Because I actually have not.
Also.
I have not dusted off my gaming laptop in quite some time. It's been a few months.
That'd give you
me an excuse to do so.
A good excuse to do it.
And
So-
the mods out there, graphical tweaks out there, really can improve your experience.
Yes.
Because I would be willing to bet it's probably $5 to $10 off of Steam, if that.
It goes pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Whenever they have it on sale. Whenever they have like a Bethesda sale on Steam. Oh yeah, those are great mods.
Say what? What?
When?
Ooh, what?
For the Harry Potter shenanigans on Monday.
Oh, I may be able to come too.
That's right.
Yay!
Yay. Sorry, that was a little.
I think we've completely lost track.
We completely lost track. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, and we can do our little studying of different things after the show, and talking about our personal plans off the air. How about that? Okay.
Might be an idea at least.
But yeah,
All right.
it was just Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. On
Okay. All right, we have officially wrapped it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Of course, we're on Ustream this week instead of Google Plus, because last week Google Plus didn't record the audio at all, and I just didn't trust it. But this week we should have 306 up on YouTube
Yes. Soon.
and Ustream.
Soon.
So we're trying to get it all worked out. Things went a little haywire when we changed venues.
It's true. True story. It
So-
happens.
But a lot of that, it comes from trying to intermingle Google accounts, I guess.
Google accounts do not play nicely with each other.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Episode 306 in the books.
In the books. Bye-bye.
See ya. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.